have never really gotten flowers before. And in the space of a couple of weeks, I got two. So I was doing this job where, like, interpreting as a sign language interpreter, supporting someone through like the most precious time of their lives and someone through a difficult season as well. Hi, I am Nene, and I help people become the person the goals require them to be. And everything that I share here is something that I've lived first, and then I get to talk about it. And the first one was from someone like, I was going to say helped, but actually, I was doing my job, interpreting. And she was going through such a difficult time with her housing situation and stuff like that. And she gave me this pink oriental lilies. And like, we did a job, everything was like fine. Uh, Still not sorted, but we just at the other end of things just being okay. And then, she had this uh bag with her, like a long thing. It didn't even click in my head. Then at the end of the whole thing, she just said, here, there for you. I'm like, because I couldn't tell what it was because I've never seen it bagged up like that. And she said, yes, for you. I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah, they're like, and I'm like, okay, do I get like open it and look? She's like, yeah, like, and then like, as she came close, I could smell this thing. I still have it. That's how crazy this is. I still have this. I still have it. It's been a couple of weeks. It's been what? Almost four. It's just because I don't think I've ever received flowers from interpreting work before. And they still smell. Look, I left them. Look, I know. It's still in the in the seal and everything. Still smells. I know. It's here. The thought of it was just kind of like, thank you. Um, I think it's been a while. Like just recently, just being me and doing my thing, and someone's just like, yeah. And it wasn't as if I did anything like crazy or extra special or whatever. It's just doing my role. And I got this. And when I brought it home, even coming down, the smell was so endearing that I put it in the office. And I share my office with one of like my kids, one of my first one, he uses one of the space, my husband and I co-share the other space and everything. And it's like, no, I can't. Like, it's too overpowering the smell. And it's just so beautiful. And I was like, okay. She said, just have it 2 weeks. Don't worry about it. Just leave it and then water it and then it would just it'll last that long. And oh my goodness. I was so, like blown away. And like, because of that, it was just the memory of it. And because every time I go past it, I just smile like, oh, like just remembering the thought of, because technically I'm not really a flower person. And like my family know, my kids know, my husband knows. Like, I don't even know how to look after them properly or how to even deal with them. Or I had to like, I've forgotten what celebration we're having. I had to go and get a vase because I don't technically do flowers or how to know how to handle flowers, and I know it's a very Englishy thing. And oh yeah, so that happened, and I was just kind of like, the smell lasted. It's still smelling. You have to sniff it, like come close to smell it now. But before, the whole room was like, now I get why some people just change up flowers every week and stuff like that, especially if they're getting this type. And yeah, and then now a couple of weeks later, doing my thing as part of um a birthing team. supporting a couple. Like I was 2 hours away from being the person who caught that, no, not literally caught the baby, who interpreted while the baby was being came to this world. Um, so we kind of like took it in turns and everything. And I just kind of like, there's been history of the ups and downs and trying to get to this point of this beautiful soul coming that she's so coming into the world and everything. And the family, the both sides, how they just the village, it takes a village, right, to raise a kid. And this just shows that example of the village and the support and the love and how he loves on her, like champion, like everything. And of course, in being in every appointment, even though we had like work and everything, and we're making just it was beautiful. It was beautiful to witness. It was beautiful to be in that, like, done some of like the regular, not regular, but like some of the appointment. No, actually, there was one aspect of the appointments that I did regularly, and other ones like my colleagues would do that and stuff. And but when it came to this, will talk about that another time because how my colleagues, there was two main ones that I just organized the whole thing. I just showed up, they like put it to themselves so that like out of hours side of things, coordinating who's going in next and who's doing all. But anyway, let's get back to the picture. We'll talk about how smoothly that gets to work when you co-work in a birthing situation. But like got I missed that, couldn't see them the next day, and then I was fortunate enough to be there when it got discharged, and I was so excited to see them, so excited to see the baby. And here's a side note: before I had my kids, I just could not hold any newborn, like few weeks or few days, I just could not hold a baby. Like I was so worried that when I had mine, that how would I hold my own baby? Because I just had this fear that I would drop them because of how like just like you have to support them. Like I don't know if I have the capacity to carry a baby, to hold a baby. So just stay, and when you can raise your neck, then I can carry you, I can hold you, I can cuckoo you. But from the far, I'd be like, oh, beautiful, how sweet, like that. So it wasn't a thing that I would like request to want to hold this baby or want to like whatever. Um, but I was just loving on them and just stuff like that. And she was such a superwoman. Like she did that, all that without any pain relief like that. It was such a beautiful thing to witness a human coming into this world. And, I was like, honestly, doing the work didn't feel like work in most cases. You could see how whatever they're being asked to do, they were doing. They were like supportive, asking the right questions, like getting and stuff. Like during the whole, like towards the end, there was like some issue and stuff like that. Again, family came up and like just to the grounds and supported them. Everything went back into flow, into normal, and it was like beautiful, right? And so yeah, so this is it, right? This is now this journey to get to this point. This space, and it was like being fortunate to be the last person that would like send them off from the hospital, doing a discharge and just loving on them and just I can I remember one time like um I- while she was being induced and everything, and like or when or was it when I had to leave while she was still in labor, I can't remember which one. I just went like, oh, I love it or something. I just like, it's just a human thing to do. It's just like, oh man. Um, and just it was just weird. Like, oh yeah, I did say I love her, but it's okay. Love does, you know what I mean? I'm sure she knows what I meant. Um, and then once everything was done and it was time to go, it was like, oh, my parents are coming, my mom's coming in and sister and say hi. Okay. And then it's time to sign off. I'm like, okay, we'll just wait. I didn't even, and okay, I waited a bit, just like hanging. And while the waiting, the midwife like, oh, you're still here, great. Etc. I'm like, they now came in. The next thing I'm seeing, oh. So I'm thinking they're bringing the flowers because she's going home. They're bringing the flowers to take her home. The next thing, like, oh yeah, this is for you. They took it off them and gave it to me. I was like, oh, okay, thank you. Like, I was shocked. I had like goosebumps and stuff. I was just doing my job, but I was doing it. But it felt like I was just doing a human. Like, I don't know how to explain it. It felt like I was. If you take the role out, I was just being there for another human. I was supporting and championing and celebrating them and doing everything within boundaries, like not like just whatever, like doing my thing, but in a more loving and like supportive and championing and celebrating and like getting a clarity and like, yeah, way, and I guess it showed. And it got me some four seasons bouquet. So it's a very old, I guess four different. I don't know what kind of flowers is that. If you know what kind of flowers is that, let me know in the comment section because it has a smell to it. It's not as powerful as a lily, but that's not what counts. It does. It's not that. I mean, that's the thought is. I was given. Let me put this down so you can see a bit better. I was given some flowers to say thank you. And it was so interesting. Was it yesterday or 2 days ago? I was watching a reel of this guy. I can't remember his name. It was the first one I've seen. But it was just this lady was passing by and he just said, when was the last time someone gave flowers? And then she went, I've seen your stuff before. I was like, no, I'm actually, when was the last? I was like, oh. And then I was there thinking, like, when was the last? Oh, I'm like a couple of weeks ago, like in my head. But before then, it's like the significance of flower. I guess in the Western world, it means a lot. Yeah, but for me, in as a Nigerian and culturally, I don't know if we do flowers like that or if it has that. I mean, now I guess the ones who are like westernized and stuff like that might sign up to that. But as a Nigerian, in Nigeria, I mean, I see people being given flowers back home as well, or doing a certain way, but it wasn't something that I grew up around or I saw or anything like that. But I can tell how significant getting this is. I would love to know your opinion in regards to receiving flowers or what getting them means to you. Because the first time I got flowers with the lily ones it was just like, oh, okay, well, thank you. This one, I can see why in a way. And the just the thought of thanks for being there for us. Thanks for like supporting us through this journey. Yeah, it's like a full, like it's ending and to have that, I was almost choking up. Like if the tears really came, I would have allowed it to roll. But it was just kind of like fangirl. I mean, I have seen that colleagues being. I went to see a show, and then after the show, yeah, a theater show, like what's this big place in London? Like a massive. It's escaped my mind. It was one of these big ones. I can see my colleague. I was in one of after the show, the whole thing, they were giving flowers to the main characters, whatever. And then when I gave her a flower, I was like, oh my gosh, I was cheering her on. I mean, she didn't even know I was in the audience, but I was like, they gave the flowers as well. Like, how cool. So, there are opportunities where we do receive flowers and stuff. But this reel that I saw with this person that was just saying, "When was the last time we received flowers?" And I was like, "But oh yeah, I got the lilies and stuff." But I was like, before then, like I, it's not that people don't give me flowers. It's just culturally or my family know that it's not my thing. So if he had asked me that question, I would have been like, because she was like, I know my husband, his family, da, da, da. But for me, it would have been like, but now, if he ever comes across me and like, oh, when was the last time you got flower? I'm like, oh, hello, today, okay. But it was just, I don't know. I guess I had to start learning how to care for them better. How to get this off, put them into the vase properly, do the whole 9 yards, and try and get a couple of days in there. And also, I was remembering something that it's not about trying to get the flowers to leave long. Oh gosh, there's this phrase about is the evolution of it, and it's the those like something because we always want to like, oh, how can I like get this to stay longer? And it's about how you enjoy it in the moment, something in those lines, something like that, you know. Yeah. I got me some flowers this time. Again, very different, very unique. So after this, I get to take them out and put them in the vase and just see it and I remember them, probably take a picture of this because yeah, never been one to just get them and being paid to be there and actually being present. Those things actually they're different things and to be acknowledged for what I am doing because it is it's fascinating to just oh look, someone's already liking the thing. Come to say hi. It's for me, Mr. Fly. Just say your turn. So yeah, I my thoughts was I was doing my job, but it turns out I was doing something else entirely. Yeah, because the first one just threw me off like, oh, okay, oh, thank you. And this one is like, I mean, I appreciate it, but you can see why. The first one's like, just out of the blue, like, oh, all right, thanks. And this is it. So yeah, I got me some flowers. So yeah, it's so exciting. I just gonna get, I guess we'll be attracting more flowers now. But it's just so funny and fascinating to be appreciated. And I guess the reason why it's I'm just smiling is I would have been one to just be like, oh, you couldn't, you shouldn't have, you should like don't. And I caught myself and I was so excited, like especially the first one, I was shocked by it. Almost went to like, why and stuff. And I just had to remember like, thank you. Oh my goodness, like I appreciate you, like thanks. Then trying to figure out what to justify why you giving it to me. What's the purpose? So, like I was like, oh yeah, just receiving. Because I would have been, oh, you shouldn't have, or like, no. So this time around, it was just kind of like I just um sat with it and just like, thank you. And in that sitting, I was like cheering up. I was like, whew, okay. Whew. Not that I was fighting for it not to come, but it was just kind of like, I guess they see me and I see them and they appreciate whatever it is that that I am doing, and I just wish them the best in this new season of their life, in this new face. I'm so glad that it's no longer my truth. I've gone past that. No more babies down this way. So yeah, I'm happy for them. And even the first person that gave me the flowers, and you know, yeah, again, sending them all the love. It's not as if I see that one. I see that person all the time. It's just the odd one. And now with this next second one, I probably won't see them again for a very long time. I think the next time I probably might see them will be 6 months time, and I just can't wait to see how big the human is would be by then. Yes, it is so delightful to see. So let me know, are you a flower person? And have you ever been given flowers for the work you've done? Oh, like how did that make you feel? Or yeah, if you are a flower, because this is new territory to me. I'm not a flower person. My family know I'm not, and bringing this in, it's like they're like, oh, I'm like, yeah, I got me some flowers. Hint, hint. Maybe it's time to start getting me flowers for being your mama, for being your wife. Well, yeah, that's yeah, if any part of this resonates with you, if you're, yeah, flower is a thing, and flower is like, I have a friend who, like, every Friday she buys herself a fresh bouquet of flowers, and she puts in that, she gets a smelly one. So I could, when I got this smelly one, I remembered her. I was like, okay, I reached out, and I just realized it didn't send. Just to like, oh man, now I see what you do. Every Friday you buy yourself this bouquet of flowers, because she said she gets a really smelly one. And like, if she ever gets one like this, oh my goodness, her house will be smelling the whole week every time. And then next week she gets fresh ones every week. Like, it's her way of self-care. It's a way she kind of like does her own thing. So yeah, how does flower roll for you? I know there's so many tangents we can go with this, but that's kind of like what's showing up for me right now, and I'm like, hey, oof, go away, fly, go, be gone. Um, yeah, it's a new season for me, and like the receiving and actually receiving it, then like, oh no, you shouldn't have, and I'm like, oh, thank you. And if you've gotten to this point, I appreciate you. And if you haven't done so already, subscribe, because we have this kind of quirky conversations and talk as well that we get to do. And like it if you're a flower person. And even if you're not, still like it's all good. Yeah. Remember that your voice matters, and it is your time to do this, because we do this every single day. Bye for now.